And very good evening to you here from West Prairie High School as we get ready to get going on another day here of volleyball action. Glad you're alongside. Yes, I know I just switched that. So the scoreboard and I don't like each other usually, but old dogs can learn new tricks. Hey, how you doing? This is West Prairie Cyclone Volleyball here, joined by a new partner tonight as John Burton is on the road, my one and only son, Mr. William Phelps. Hello, Will.
Hi.
So he's not going to commentate as much as John is, but we're going to get him to go as we go along the way here. Tonight's match versus the South Fulton Lady Rebels. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. A hat brand built on two staples, comfort and style, specializing in snapback trucker style caps. Check out the selection or consider customs to build your business at barclaybillsco.com. Use code TSSR and we'll help you out. Don't let the hat rack fool you. There's always room for one more. barclaybillsco.com. Wishing good luck to all area athletes this season. And folks, I'm going to say it. I'm extra jazzed tonight. I can finally tell folks at home. I told them a little bit about what I was doing the last broadcast, but I will be coaching junior high girls basketball this season. So hopefully you see the Cyclones and I somewhere around the area. So I was having my first team meeting, and folks, I'm still over the moon about all that, excited. But we have to talk about volleyball here for the Cyclones. It was a rough outing last time for the JV Cyclones, last time at home, because they played against the Macomb Lady Bombers, took one on the chin, got a win on Tuesday night. I got to think what night it is. Yes, back on Tuesday night versus Farmington, got the ship righted, and so got it going, got it righted, and now playing here tonight versus a South Fulton Rebel team. And as I was looking at the roster, I only see two seniors on the whole roster for Coach Erin Posey. She mentioned that their roster a little bit thin, and one of those is out tonight. We'll see her in the varsity game, Truly Coster. And we'll see her a little bit more tonight in the varsity match, but going to be pretty quiet for the Lady Rebels. And in fact, their tallest player is actually their libero tonight, and that's Coach Posey saying she hurt herself a little bit, so won't be on the front row. And we'll see how the Cyclones attack that here. Going to be a good varsity contest for the Cyclones because they are heading to Jacksonville this weekend. And that's going to be an interesting test. See a lot of different teams down there. Also, did want to mention Saturday 2 p.m. will be the first home football game of the season. So hope to see you all out here at Bauman Field for the first football game of the season. We're going to take this commercial timeout. You're listening to and watching TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Back here at Scioto at West Prairie High School here this evening. Do want to thank M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your home, stop and see the fine folks at M&B Furniture at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mnbfurniturinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. And so South Fulton, their program has had some ups and downs over the last few years. They've had some really good athletes, just haven't been able to put together that, I guess what you'd call it, that special season to get themselves over the hump, and have struggled with numbers a little bit. You find out a lot of high schools do that nowadays. Struggle with numbers a little bit. They are do pretty good on the basketball court, but they do have several more girls out for basketball. Kind of a opposite of here at West Prairie. It's kind of like back and forth. You see that a lot of schools, one sport or another dominates. And we'll see how the JV reacts here. And after talking to my daughter, said had a pretty good night, but getting off of Labor Day, I know the girls had about a 4-day break for Labor Day. They did work in some of the stands, did some good work there, but also just took some time off. Took some time off because they were helping out in the community, and I'll tell you what, folks, that is just as valuable a lesson to work in the community as doing other things. And I know had a pretty good breakfast for the class of 2024. Don't forget, the FFA will be cooking out at the football games. If you look to get a ribeye or something nice, you can do so. Coming up on Saturday, as we get ready to get started here, a slow arriving but hearty crowd here tonight at the JV game. I don't know if they're like the LA crowds that used to always be fashionably late. We hope they're all listening and watching on TSSR. That is our hope, is they're all watching at home. Well, no, not really. We don't want them to just totally watch at home. We are ready to get this one underway. As we get underway, the Rebels in the purple top uniforms with the white side panels and white striping on the sleeves. The Cyclones in the white home uniforms with the, I don't know what you'd call those. I guess the end of the sleeves are black. The sleeve ends are black. Abby Starbuck, the libero, she is in black. And the libero for South Fulton, Rebecca Busby, is in green. It'll be Gracie Welch, Katie Miller, also Cameron Steele, Chloe Van Pelt, Marissa Lawson, and Dixie Chenoweth. Sir back row popped up in the back by Miller. Miller going to bring it over, and that one hit into the net by Steele. And I'm going to apologize because there's one program on this computer I'm just about ready to heave somewhere, or say not so good words to it. Anyway, that one going to Cyclones put one in the net there, so we're even at one apiece. As a side out over to South Fulton. And at the serve, I want to apologize, those numbers hard to see. That is Chenoweth. Hendricks brings it up. Shipman brings it across, taken back in the middle by Steele. Popped and sent over by Van Pelt. And now Cyclones set it up. It is brought through by Kitch, and we'll get their lineup in just a moment. Tapped over, but out of bounds by Chenoweth. Been a lot of Chenoweths in that area for a while. On the floor for the Cyclones, Paige Kitch, Belle Petty, Mason Shipman, Lindsey Dunn, and Haley Hendricks, along with Abby Starbuck. And that one right in the kisser to Gracie Welch, freshman. It is 3-1 Cyclones here. It is best 2 out of 3. Serve by Kitch. Nice serve, and that one's going to bandage up another ace. That would be a Brett Powell Country Financial ace for the Cyclones. and they take a 4-1 advantage. Serve by Kitch again into the back row. Bringing it over to the side is Miller. And now spiking it through is Steele. Up it comes for Kitch, bumped over by Hendricks. Deep back row, right there is Welch. Set up, and nice job calling for it there by Steele. Set up for Dunn. Dunn lobs it across, and in our first Tom Conklin State Farm kill. And the Cyclones on a 5-1 run here. And Will, they are controlling things so far here in the contest. And that one going to drop in again. As Kitch again. And back, popping it up. And the Cyclones help it through. Lindsey Dunn able to drop home another State Farm kill for a 7-1 advantage. 7-1 advantage here. Back to serve is Kitch once again. She's rolling a bunch off right here in a row. As they hold the advantage. Serve, they wind it up, bring it low, and popped up in the back row by Miller. Miller, they're going to set it. Bumped over there by Steele. And the Cyclones play it. Petty to Dunn. Tries to get overhead. Can't. And we'll make it. We'll make the lead 7-2 as they go back to work here. 7-2 advantage. As they go back to work, and Cyclones send it through. Played up at the net, tipped back by Dunn, down and good. And 8-3, a nice block there. Lindsey Dunn saying, "Thou hath not deposited, thou shalt not get a return." Few slap dribbles and then sending it on the way. Abby Starbuck deep into the back row. Hit backwards up by Lexi Height into the ball game. Height was brought low by that one, and it makes it 9-2. Also into the contest, Lily Lehman. Serve screaming through. Lehman caught that one right up about the chin, and it makes it 10-2. Cyclones with the advantage. As Abby Starbuck goes back to serve it. Starbuck ready to let it go, serves it across, and drops it in for another Tom Conklin State Farm ace, and an 11-2 advantage. 11-2 lead here for the Cyclones in game one. We're going to take this commercial timeout. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
And if you see William, tell him he is doing a good job, because he is. I will give him that. He's done a good job here so far tonight. Being his first time doing this.
Yep.
So 11-2 the score, totally different than what the scoreboard program's saying. I'm not sure why it is being completely ornery tonight, but it is being totally ornery. As the serve comes through, Starbuck, high, deep floater, taken there in the back row. Helped out by Marissa Lawson, and got the Cyclones, caught him napping. That one drops in, makes it 11-3. As the Cyclones were not able to bring it up there. 11-3, 8-point advantage here for the Cyclones tonight. Serve back and across by Steele. And Petty gonna hit it backwards. Dunn cleans it up. Lehman brings it up. And then tip, that one gonna go into the net. Chenoweth tried to get it tipped, couldn't. Ups the lead to 12-3. Now subbing in, Macy Branch will replace Mason Shipman. And also coming out will be Steele. Coming in, the libero Busby. Serve right past Height and good. 13-3 advantage Cyclones. They continue to sprint away here in this game number 1. It is best 2 out of 3 falls. Falls count anywhere. Well, actually on the volleyball court. Height able to bring it up, so Fulton brings it across. Petty going to set it up, and a little confusion, Dunn able to clean it up. Busby up front for Chenoweth, tipped, and we got a net violation on one of the Cyclones. I believe that was Natalie Moore, just into the contest. As coming in, Anai Cooper, freshman. 13-4, Cyclones in the advantage here in game number 1. As we go back to action here, and they bring it across. And we've got a net violation on South Fulton, so the Cyclones will get it right back. Cyclones get it right back here with a 14-4 lead. As Taylor Phelps comes in to serve. Phelps bringing it through. Nice job picking up by Height in the back row. They set it up front. The high lollipopper from Miller. And Branch and Starbuck, a little confusion on who was going to get it. Makes it 14-5, side out for South Fulton. Coming in for them is Chloe Van Pelt. She replaces Height, and now Lehman is back to serve. Serve, kind of a sidewinder to Kitch. Petty going to tip it across, flip back through there by Miller, tipped across by Kitch and caught him napping. Makes it 15-5, side out Cyclones. Coming in is Welch. She replaces Lehman, and now Haley Hendricks. They do that weird libero swap. The libero switcheroo is what we'll call it. Van Pelt brings it up, bumped up front, and Steele's not going to be able to, or Chenoweth couldn't dig it out. So 16-5 lead for South Fulton. Natalie Moore comes to it again, brings it high, deep into the back row. Put up there for Welch. Now set to the outside, and nice job by Van Pelt, spiking it through. Petty outside to Kitch, brings it deep back row. Cooper up, Busby, and Chenoweth flips it across. Branch picks it up over to Kitch, who drops it in for another Tom Conklin State Farm kill. Leads up to 17-5. Lead here is up to 17-5. Serve floater off of Busby. That is a Brett Powell Country Financial ace. And they push the advantage up to 18-5. 18-5 the lead now. Coming back, Natalie Moore once again brings a high line drive and confusion. And that was one Busby had it up at about her shoulders and probably should have let off that one. Paige Kitch out, Kennedy Webster in for West Prairie. Serve line drive, that one got to be hit backwards by Van Pelt. Nice serve by Moore. And speaking of Natalie Moore, Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street. Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School, open April through October, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for updates. They have other fall goodies available. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And another timeout here as the lead up to 21-5 for West Prairie. And South Fulton trying to recollect themselves. Not recollect, they're trying to recollect themselves. Your farm is your legacy as a leading farm insurer. Country Financial here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. You can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Copies can also be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Just some of our fine sponsors on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Don't forget Ride & Farm Supply, located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974. Ride & Farm Supply can supply all your needs for LP, seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched as another ace for the Cyclones. Ride & Farm service, or Ride & Farm Supply, their LP service unmatched in this area. Country customer service, one of their specialties. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121. Moore serves one out And it is up to 22-6 as Busby goes out, and coming in is Steele. Serve pounded through by Miller, and they bring it up to the net. Bell Petty can't tip it across and makes it 22-7. So a couple points back there by South Fulton. As the wind comes, Starbuck up to Petty, bumps it over, nearly dropped in. Cooper with it. Chenoweth did it back to the outside to Steele. Dug up by Webster. Tipped by Petty. Down it goes for a 23-7 lead. That will bring Janelle Heaton into the ball game. Another one of those freshmen, went to the state tournament last year. Serve by Petty, follows through, tip, Cooper saves it, and bumped over. Nice play there by South Fulton as they work it to Webster. Webster, one-hand save by Steele, and now they bring it to Hendricks. Hendricks across with it, nice up by Miller, and that one, though, hit into the net and makes it game point, 24-7 for the Cyclones in this game number 1. Again, it is best 2 out of 3 falls, as Petty will get the chance to finish it, brings it back row. Cooper, that one off to the side, and that puts that one in the book at 25-7. The Cyclones take home game number 1, 25-7. That will usher us conveniently into game number 2. And we will take a commercial timeout. Be back in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in today's world. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, camera, and phone systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas and is expanding quickly. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability.
And Will helping me out reading an ad, so I got him to do a little bit more there. And that's one of those things, who knows, he may take this job by the time by the time the night is over. McDonough District Hospital and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide athletic trainers who give expert help to area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. Macomb's original local sports bar is the Sports Corner at 124, with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner on 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Just our fine sponsors. We go through here. And on the floor for Game 2 for the Cyclones, it is Belle Petty, Haley Hendricks, Paige Kitch, Macy Branch, Lindsey Dunn, and Natalie Moore, replaced by the libero Abby Starbuck. On the floor for the South Fulton Lady Rebels, it is Cameron Steele, also Chloe Van Pelt, joined by Katie Miller, Kristen Essex, and Grace Welch. Serving for them is Dixie Chenoweth. And Kitch going to bring it back. That one popped up there by Welch. Set to the middle. Hammered through. Starbuck digs it out for the Cyclones. Petty sets it outside to Kitch. Lobs it deep into the back row, and Welch brings it up. They load it to the outside. And that one dropped in before Branch could bring it up. And it makes it 1-0. South Fulton, their first lead tonight. Chenoweth again. Back row off of Starbuck, up for Hendricks, and she hacks that one into the net. Makes it a 2-0 lead now. 2-0, South Fulton in the lead here. Couple more slamps. The Dixie Chenoweth sends it through. Up by Starbuck. And now they'll fire into the net. And the Cyclones, the wheels falling off a little bit here. And that's one of those things you got to be really careful when you play an opponent that's down a little bit, that you don't take your foot off the gas a little. Serve off of Kitch. They're going to bring it back to her. She'll bump it over. And now tapped through by Hendricks. The net violation going to be whistled on Van Pelt. Actually, that was Chenoweth that got her hand in the net jar, so that'll bring it back over to West Prairie. Belle Petty ready to serve after coming in for the Cyclones, Janelle Heaton. Serve by Petty, screams across, and that one launched in the crowd. Nice catch there by Wyatt Parks. I will congratulate him on making that very nice catch. 3-2, Cyclones trying to tie things back up here. Petty lets it go again. Screaming line drive, a Tom Conklin State Farm ace for Belle Petty and the Cyclones. And again, Petty letting it go is 3-3 tie here between the two. Tapped up and sent across. Starbuck gets it, pops it way high. Now set for Dunn. The back row attack hammers it through and good. And another kill for the Cyclones. And they reclaim the lead at 4-3. On the way with it again. They bring it to the outside, and that one going to be hammered out of bounds by Miller. So a quick run there. Serve again, Petty. Nice line drive brought up front. Chenoweth bringing it over for Steele. And now the Cyclones will go to work. Petty going to attack this time, and nice one-hand save. Bring it up was Lawson, tipped over by Chenoweth, and they'll play again. Hendricks set up for Petty, high deep, and generally unplayable. Substitution coming in is Lexi Height. Chenoweth goes out as Lehman comes in too. 5-4 lead here for West Prairie in game two. Serve across and off a Page Kitch. Back row attack by Dunn, lobs it over. Picking it up is Miller. They'll bump it up, set it across, and Dunn able to save it back row. Starbuck had to help it in the back. Brought front by Lawson. She'll be set up on the outside. Tip over and down. Give South Fulton credit. Looked a little overmatched in game number one. They have really come back after it in game number two. It's a 5-5 tie, and they will try to jump back into the lead behind Lexi Height, a sophomore. And the replay. And hope you're enjoying tonight. Hope you're not watching the NFL and you're watching us. I don't know if the NFL's on yet or not. Serve back row off of Starbuck. And Heaton going to hammer it through. That one down and good for a Tom Conklin State Farm kill. I was going to say, what does Tom Brady have that we don't? Besides millions and millions and millions of dollars. Lindsey Dunn will come out. Taylor Phelps will come in for West Prairie. As Paige Kitch will get ready to serve. Kitch fires it through. Low line drive popped up by Height in the back row. Chenoweth going to help it out. Steele drips it over. And Heaton going to set it back up. Bumped over by Petty. Taken back row. And now Chenoweth will set it for Steele again. That one out of bounds. And so the lead now 7-5. Kitch standing back with it there. We'll ready to let fire. Serve picked up back row by Height, helped out, and then Steele going to bring it again, out of bounds again. It is 8-5. 8-5 lead up to 3 now. As Paige Kitch goes to it, serves it low line drive. That one, Height going to send it sideways, and the lead up to 4 since the Rebels jumped out early. Been all Cyclones here. As Kitch fires again. Low line drive, hit sideways by Steele. Bumped forward and then tapped across. Starbuck up with it, set at the net. Heaton high punch shot, kind of the PE spike. Chenoweth to steal, dug back row by Starbuck. Heaton brings it for Petty. Petty drops it over and in good. Lehman knew it. She took a gamble, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We've got a timeout by South Fulton. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
About 60. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game night, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. And the Cyclones and all the area athletes. Served by Kitch, picked up by Height in the back row. Chenoweth going to set it up to steal. Dug by Starbuck, helped out by Petty. Paige Kitch underneath it, back row. Height brings it up again, up and over the lights. And Chenoweth tried to tip it. Haley Hendricks said, stay on your own side. Lead has jumped out to 11-5 here. 6-point advantage for the Cyclones. Serving is Kitch and a screaming line drive. A Brett Powell Country Financial ace for Paige Kitch. Make sure I get it back. And the return on the serve knocks it out of bounds. It is 13-5. 8-point advantage here for the Cyclones. Serve once again off of Height. 14-5. Cyclones picking up steam here. Had a little bit of a stuck in the mud start. And now starting to put it together. Wind and send by Kitch again. And man, she's serving screaming line drives. And she has got Height's name tattooed all over that ball because, man, she is about every single time. 15-5. Couple slap dribbles. Paige Kitch. Service through, and that one taken in the back row. Chenoweth tried to help it out, hacks it into the net. 16-5. Kind of one of those wheels on the bus going round and round here because it just seems like they are actually, well, I don't know. Could you say the wheels on a steamroller go round and round? But
Yeah.
I guess they do, but a lot different. 17-5, because that's kind of what's going on here now. As Busby coming out for the South Fulton Lady Rebels is Katie Miller. Kitch, Busby, got to bring it up. Chenoweth back taps it. Kitch underneath it. Petty gonna tip it, and that one is out of bounds. 17-6. Kennedy Webster will come in. Paige Kitch out for West Prairie. And back to the serve. South Fulton brings it over. Steele brings it up to the net. Petty tips. And saying thanks for the gumball Mickey was Katie Miller. 17-7. Steele once again. That is Cameron Steele, sophomore. I imagine we'll see a lot of these same girls in the varsity contest. Petty going to bring it back to Phelps. Drops it in and good. Another Tom Conklin State Farm kill. 18-7. Cyclones lead it here. Natalie Moore coming in. Starbuck serves it across off of Height, hits it backwards. Steele gets it near the back wall, and they are not able to bring it across, so ups the lead to 19-7. Busby comes in and replaces Steele for South Fulton. Starbuck, back row off of Height. Nobody there to help her. And I saw Busby started over there, but I noticed she didn't seem like she could run very well, so I'm not sure, though, that's part of that injury that they were talking about. 20-7 lead. Starbuck again to it. Her serve, and you could tell that one, that's kind of a wee.
Steamroller lost its engine.
There you go. I like that. See, now you're getting it, bud. NIE Cooper comes back to serve it for South Fulton. Wine sends, low line drive off of Webster. It's sideways. And I have to, Kennedy's probably going to kill me for saying it, but I had to laugh a little bit the way she reacted there. She knew what she did. Cooper again, this time off Phelps. And Moore having trouble getting it across, so it's up to 20-10. 20-10 advantage for West Prairie. Serve by Cooper again. Phelps going to bring it up. Petty helps it out, and then Phelps tried to bump it over and hit the official stand. So 20-11, down below at double digits now. 9-point advantage. Couple slaps. Cooper back row. Starbuck is there. Petty going to help it, and then Moore brings it across. Lehman mishit. Height saves, and Chenoweth makes an attempt but could not get it. 21-11, 10-point lead here as Moore brings it over to Janelle Heaton. Little slap dribbles at it. Heaton winds and sends, and it's a short one. Chenoweth flips it over. Webster helps it out. Tapped up by Moore, bumped over by Petty, and Busby's got it for South Fulton. They'll bring it to the middle. Miller across. Webster up with it for West Prairie. And now Webster just going to tip it through. Taken by Height. Chenoweth on the run. Cooper just bumps it over Moore. To Petty, back for Moore. She'll hammer it in. Down and good. 22-11.
Steamroller found its engine.
There you go. Janelle Heaton stands, fires off of Height, back to the net, hit back by Petty, and good. Belle Petty with the heartbreaker. Yes, it is. The waiting for that one was the hardest part. Janelle Heaton eyes it up, sends it that one off the side of her hand. So back over to South Fulton. That's going to bring Macy Branch in. Janelle Heaton out. (23-12) lead here. Lehman serves that one. Screaming line drive, but into the net. And that's going to bring off the bench Gracie Welch. Taylor Phelps serves it through, that hit backwards. Cooper, now Busby helps it out, and it's bumped across there by Van Pelt. Petty sets it up for Moore. She'll tip it deep back row. Busby touches it, and that's a game winner. That puts the match in the book. Cyclones take it home in fairly quick fashion at 25-7, 25-12. And now what we'll do, folks, is we'll do the thing we usually do. We'll wrap up this stream here, and we'll be back with the varsity contest in just a little bit. You have been viewing the TSSR Game Time live feed of West Prairie versus South Fulton right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.